This week we've got weeping.
You're not going to cry, are you?
Wailing. And the gnashing of teeth.
As we come face to face with women who know their partners only too well.
You love it, don't you?
I do.
I know sometimes Jamie is wrong.
And men that'll stop at nothing to get their own way.
Hey, you need to stick by me on this one.
I am impartial here. But little do they know the toll it's all taking on our Kirstie.
She is setting me off, though.
Oh.
We're in Devon, hoping the sea air is going to blow us to new homes all round.
I've got 3 generations of the same family who all want to live in the same house, but don't.
And I've got a young couple who want to stay where they are, but move.
It's all going to get very confusing indeed today.
I know, one sea breeze, please.
Is this sea breeze or the one with vodka in it?
Which do you think?
Vodka. A little early.
The one thing all our house hunters do agree on is where they want to live, near the English Riviera in Torbay. I'm
trawling this Devonshire market for Sharon Schulberg and Jeff Harrop, who are relocating to Torquay.
And I'm searching in the countryside for local couple Sam and Jamie Brown, who met as teenagers at his mum and dad's stables, but you wouldn't exactly call it love at first sight.
He used to call me a geek. He used to shout geek at me.
You had a short, curly, ginger mop of hair.
Mushroom.
It took 12 years and a new hairdo for Cupid to strike. They now live together in Gampton, where Jamie grew up. It's the perfect base for Sam to indulge her love of horses and Jamie his passion for surfing.
Jamie's interest in surfing, I wouldn't really use the word interest to describe it. I would use obsession.
I could never contemplate living in an area where I couldn't get to the surf. It just wouldn't compute.
As their life together flourished, tragedy hit the family. Jamie lost his dad several years ago, then shortly before their wedding, his mum also passed away.
It was a very tough time for them both, and as well as dealing with their loss, they also had to sell his parents' farm. After their wedding, Sam and Jamie rented out their house in Totnes and moved back to the farm in order to help with the sale. It was a difficult decision, but at least some good has come from it.
Since moving back, we've sort of re-fallen in love with the village. Suddenly you sort of think, God, I can see why my parents wanted to bring me up here.
Sam and Jamie have now decided they want to start their own family near Gampton, so they've kept a small part of the farm for themselves and their horses.
What's proving to be a trickier choice is how to invest their inheritance. I'm hoping I can help them spend their budget of £400,000 wisely. The money that you're spending is the money from the sale of your parents' house. Is that an added responsibility?
Yeah, just want to make sure it sort of goes somewhere proper. Like, I don't want to sort of get 10 years down the line and think, God, I made a really bad decision there. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weight on the shoulders, really.
We found ourselves in this situation without expecting it, you know, without building up to it, just completely out of the blue. And we were lost, weren't we? We've not known in which direction to go, what kind of house to buy, where, you know, what to do. And we have been lost, and we do need a bit of help giving a push in the right direction.
In a way, that's where I can help.
Yes.
That having never met Jamie's parents and therefore not having an emotional feeling about it, I know that I will always do my best to ensure that where you put your money is the right place to put your money.
Yeah.
So that's an absolute given.
Yeah.
So you can stop worrying about that. I'm going to have to work hard to take the pressure off Sam and Jamie and steer them to a home they feel happy in and one that does his parents proud.
The good news is that by putting their inherited money towards buying a house, they don't need a big mortgage. Finding any way to reduce your mortgage is a smart move, and you don't need a lump sum in order to do it. A recent study showed that overpaying by just £50 a month can shave over £7,000 off the money you owe.
Sam and Jamie have £400,000 to find a house with 3 bedrooms, within driving distance of the sea, and the land they own in Gampton.
The village sits a few minutes from the beaches of the English Riviera, 6 miles south of Torquay, where my couple have signed up for a new life. Jeff and partner Sharon have been together 5 years, and now he's landed a job as head of youth for Torquay United Football Club. A move to Devon is on the cards for the whole family.
With your mother, then us, your children, my children and grandchildren, it's going to be a house that's got to accommodate certain people at certain times of the year.
Luckily for me, I don't have to house the full squad of 11, just the five-a-side team of Jeff, Sharon, 2 of her children and her mum, Joyce Williams.
I'll have a fruit scone.
Yeah, with jam and cream?
Yes, please.
Oh, just 3 generations to cater for then. A piece of cake.
We're hoping to find a property that has an annex or a cottage sort of on the side that she can remain independent.
Joyce has contributed her share of the family's £550,000 budget, but she's happy to let Sharon and Jeff decide how and where to spend it, which might be a rash move as they can't even agree on the style of house they want us to find for them.
I know what I want.
And I know what I want.
Exactly, but I'm not really sure yet. It'll be interesting.
Great. To top that, they're poles apart when it comes to doing work. Sharon loves renovation and Jeff hates DIY. Plus, this is the first house they've bought together. I smell trouble.
Do you think you'll agree, Jeff, if you've never lived in an old house? Sharon's never lived in a new house. Where's this going to go?
Do you know, we've discussed this and we haven't got a clue. Good luck.
On the one hand, you're in a good position because in your price bracket, there aren't many buyers out there at the moment here in Torquay, and there's quite a lot of property on the market. So, in theory, we've got lots to choose from. However, the room configurations and the layout that you need for the different generations restricts the choice back down.
The next week is really important for us.
Home is the top of our list.
Yes, it is.
Always.
We've got to pull it off then, haven't we?
Yes.
Come on. Jeff and Sharon have got £550,000 to spend on a new family home. They want room for the 2 kids moving with them, an annex for Mum Joyce, and great entertaining space for visiting family, all within commuting distance of the football club in Torquay.
How did it go?
It went well, but I'm filled with the usual worries of 3 generations, granny, various kids, all coming to live together. They all think it's going to be easy. There's lots of houses on the market to choose from, very few of which are going to suit.
Right.
And I just add into that a little neat scenario, they've never looked at a house together before. So...
I think it's one of those weeks, because my couple, he surfs, she rides, he was brought up in this area and he wants to hold on to the land, although he's selling the house.
Yeah.
But they want a family house. Well, when they've got kids, there's going to be a lot less riding and a lot less surfing. So criteria 1 and 2 are in direct opposition to criteria 3. Should we run hand in hand into the surf?
We'll go for a swim, exactly.
Never come back.
There's no doubt we're going to be swimming against the tide in Devon's very special property market.
Prices here reflect the fact that with every house comes pretty easy access to some of the best beaches and countryside in the whole of the country. The average house will set you back £238,000, which is 75 above the national average.
Sharon and Jeff are new to the area and their main competition is other incomers who head to the region for the good quality of life. With £32 million being invested in Torquay alone, its popularity is set to continue.
Do you mind if I sit down?
No.
Looks like you've got the top spot here, watching the sun go down over there. It's quite special.
Welcome to Torquay.
Thank you.
Having lived here 21 years, Torquay is a place I would just love to stay for the rest of my life. It's fantastic.
It's a nice place, close to the sea. 20 minutes and you're on the moors. Hour and a half down the road and you're in Cornwall.
Every time I go back to London, I'm bombarded with text messages. Don't forget the clotted cream.
Clotted cream and tourism are king here. But by heading out of Torquay itself, Sharon and Jeff can escape the hustle and bustle and find beautiful Devonshire villages that could hold the key to this 3-generation search. Broad Hempston sits just 30 minutes out of town, within commuter distance of the football club for Jeff.
It has a tight-knit community that could be perfect for Mum Joyce. There's even a local shop run by volunteers, and new residents are met with a welcome pack.
As a village goes, it's got everything that you'd want. It's got 2 pubs, shop,
And a shop.
real community, and lots of these very pretty houses. This barn is the perfect style for Sharon, who's mad for period properties.
It's absolutely lovely. I love
That is different than what I'm used to, without a doubt.
And with no DIY to be done here, hopefully the inside will make Jeff feel more at home. This converted barn is currently on the market for £585,000. It has 3 bedrooms and a separate annex for Mum Joyce. This space has pushed the price over their £550,000 budget. But as it's been on the market for several months, there could be a deal to be done. Having 2 properties on the one plot wouldn't suit everyone, but for Jeff and Sharon, it offers a solution for the whole family. You talked about having friends round and that sort of thing. Can you entertain them on this level?
Yes, especially in the summer. You open the doors.
Yeah?
I love the space.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence because I do like a big sort of social area.
This is the first property they've viewed together, but sitting on the fence isn't going to help me or them find the right home. So, kids' bedrooms that way, master bedroom with the all-important ensuite.
That's nice, an ensuite.
And lovely views, lying in bed, you're looking straight down the valley.
Yeah.
It's on now at 585. It was been over 650 at certain stages of its marketing.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of money for what at the moment feels a very small property.
You're being asked to pay for the finish,
Sure.
the position,
Yeah.
and the fact that it's got the annex.
Yeah.
There are 2 further double bedrooms for Sharon's kids and an extra room downstairs to put their extended family in. And the separate annex just might be enough to justify the admittedly chunky price tag.
Across the yard is where Joyce would live,
After you.
Wow.
with her own front door and her own kitchen.
This is lovely.
I'd say your mum would have no problems being in here.
This is perfect for Mum. Absolutely perfect. Just not sure about that spot for us.
This is the only suitable independent annex I've seen in their price bracket. Separation costs, and if this barn isn't big enough, they're either going to have to up their budget or be prepared to compromise. Oh, the joys of 3 generations all wanting to live together and all wanting different things. Oh, the fun of it continues.
Oh dear, he's got that slightly manic look of a desperate man.
This week we've got searches that want the best of Devon's coast and country.
I'm with a couple who want surf and turf on their doorstep.
And I'm trying new tactics in Torquay with a football-mad family desperate to find their new pitch. I failed to score with the first property I showed football coach Jeff and partner Sharon, so I'm hoping to hit the target closer to town.
Further south, I'm searching for local couples Sam and Jamie, within 5 miles of Gampton and their family's land. They inherited some money after Jamie's parents died, but even with their generous budget of 400 grand, properties are scarce in their price bracket. It's partly due to the lack of first-time buyers. They're crucial to getting chains moving. And with Torbay suffering from high unemployment, young locals are finding it harder than ever to get their first home. But I've dug deep to unearth a cracker. It's in Churston Ferris, a neighbouring village to Gampton.
It's a conservation area, so property developments are restricted, but a green light has been given to a new build on the footprint of former railway cottages. Priced between £285,000 and £320,000, they each offer 3 bedrooms and a smart, open-planned living space. Sam and Jamie have been struggling to invest the inheritance from his parents, so I've come along to offer them and Kirstie extra support.
This house is the super-duper easy option. We're not taking some kind of hard route to eventually find the right house. This is like, we're close, this house is sorted,
Yeah.
do you want it?
It's a very easy option.
We could throw our furniture here from
You
home.
literally could throw your furniture here.
The show home is sold, but I want Sam and Jamie to see how easy one of these houses would be to make a home in.
I'm pleasantly surprised. It feels a lot bigger once you get in.
It does.
Than it did from the outside.
Which is why they redevelop them.
These guys have been carrying a heavy weight on their shoulders, and I hope we can help make this next stage of life a little easier with a house that offers a fresh start.
It's very simple. You know, you've had a difficult time over the last 18 months.
That's true.
You've both got busy jobs. You want to settle. You want to get on with your lives now. You're not going to cry, are you? Sam!
Why are you crying, Sam?
Come on, I'm going to take Sam off. Come on.
OK. Seeing how easy life could be is a massive relief for Sam after a tough year and a half.
Relax. I know. Don't. You'll set me off. I know, exactly.
Things going back to normal.
I know. Just riding and surfing and having a nice time and seeing your mates and doing all of that stuff.
I didn't know that was
No. It happens, and it happens a lot. And it's about exactly, you put your finger on it. I mean, the great thing is that you know exactly why you're feeling like you're feeling. It's just about that. It's wanting to have a normal, young life.
I think she might have just sort of gone, because it has been sort of a tough 18 months, and that might have just been, wow, this is how easy it could be.
Yeah.
We could move in and it could all be OK.
This modern cottage may be just what Sam and Jamie need.
Well, talking to Jamie, he thought that it's probably relaxed tears. It's at last we're seeing something that lets us move on.
Yeah, it's just that. Yeah. It's just like, God, we've had a terrible time.
This is the next stage.
This is the next stage.
And they both seem very positive about being here.
Yeah. So it's totally good.
Yeah. Happy days.
I know. She is setting me off, though.
Oh.
I don't know what's wrong with me. The whole thing is just like, I really want to get them sorted out. And I just think, I really hope I can.
You will.
And like you said, tears aren't always a bad thing.
It's not what we had in mind at all, is it?
No.
But yeah, it took me by surprise how much I did think about just sitting down and staying.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said at the beginning. We can go and see other things and think about other options. But I wanted you to know from the outset that there was something which was easy.
Easy does it really could be the key to this one. For Sharon and Jeff, I'm hoping Torquay holds the answer to their property conundrum. The English Riviera attracts over 4 million visitors every year, and Torquay's right at the heart of it.
Over 400 properties here are dedicated to the tourism trade, and properties big enough to put up guests are also big enough to house 3 generations.
Priced at £535,000, this former guest house is under their budget of $550. It has a self-contained flat for Mum Joyce, 4 bedrooms, all with en-suites, and enough entertaining space for an entire football team.
This house is so big, I think we should both tackle it.
I think a bit special, this. You've got reception rooms either side, all the bedrooms that you and all the extended family could ever wish for.
This is my type of lounge. The high ceiling, I'm in love with the lounge. I think it's great.
This is just lovely.
Coming from a council estate, and it's a big jump up in the world, so, this is lovely.
Sharon and Jeff seem impressed, but the compromise here is that Mum Joyce wouldn't have her own front door. This time, her self-contained flat is on the first floor. Given that we've already established today that an entirely separate unit puts a lot on the price.
Yes.
This, you get a separate unit, but you would benefit from the increased size of the house.
Yeah. Seeing these rooms compared to the massive rooms downstairs, it doesn't feel very fair either, doesn't it? If you see me. I mean, it is a nice flat. But I could put one of the kids in here, one of the older children.
Yes.
That feeling,
and you could
rather than my mother.
convert some of the rooms, or 2 of the rooms downstairs, so you would have greater independence.
Yeah.
And perhaps you could have our own entrance at the back of the house.
Yeah.
But it would mean quite a lot of switching around of rooms.
Yeah.
Perfectly possible.
Yeah, and there's a lot of space downstairs.
Sharon's right. This house does offer other options, and she's happy to take on a project. But I'm worried self-confessed DIY detester Jeff might not be.
If you hand that side of the house over to Sharon's mum, you lose the current kitchen.
Okay.
If you fitted this out as a kitchen and knocked that through, that would still be like a sitting room diner, and this would be where the actual kitchen bit was.
When you're not a do-it-yourself man, the imagination of it all.
Yeah, it's hard,
It is.
At least he's honest, but Jeff's lack of vision could put paid to this house. I know you've had a good old look round and a chat together and a think about the layout.
If we can do something on the downstairs, on the ground floor level.
I just can't imagine how much work has got to be done to get the mother-in-law in. And For me, that's going to be the difficult part of it.
If Jeff could trust Sharon's instinct for improving this house, it could still be a winner. If not, I think this next property might simplify things. This dormer bungalow's been finished to an incredibly high standard, and Jeff won't have to lift a screwdriver to enjoy living in it.
It sits in a rural location just outside Torquay, only 10 minutes drive to the football ground, near to the village of Stoke-on-Tees-Head.
It's bang on budget at $550,000. The house has 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms and a kitchen diner that's made for having people round. Well, quite an impressive spot this is.
That's a view to die for, that's for sure.
Picture yourself out here in the afternoon, Sharon?
Oh, quiet. What's the problem?
I don't like it.
Don't like it.
Oh gosh, if I say this, it's
Go
so
on,
rude.
say it's not rude,
It's
go
like
on.
living in an old person's bungalow.
Well, it's interesting you should say that. Let's hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
All of you, follow me.
If we're going to get Sharon to even consider this house, we've got to get her inside and quick.
Oh, my Lord.
Not quite so the old person's bungalow.
Oh gosh, no, not
I
at
think
all.
you might have to eat your words.
Yeah, I eat my words completely. Oops.
It was an old person's bungalow until the current owner made it twice as big.
Everything is fabulous. The space is fabulous. I just need to see, I think, the rest of the house.
Okie doke. Right, Sharon, you come with me and I'll show you where Joyce could be.
Well, I walked in here and I went, Jeff is going to love this.
Yeah. I like the hallway is me, the kitchen is me, because it's nice and big. Like the stalls by there to have brekkie and the garden. Oh.
With 5 bedrooms, there's enough space for the whole family. But if Sharon insists on her mum having her own front door, they could convert the garage.
There's no of your hated DIY involved in the main house.
I do like that. I do like that. As long as it's not my space that's got to be DIY.
What's going through your mind now?
Everything's been done beautifully, but for me it just doesn't feel like a home.
I'm sensing trouble ahead.
He said to me that Sharon has always lived in old houses and she's always done work. He's never lived in an old house and never has wanted to do any work. So
I said to Sharon, can you imagine a scenario where you bought a house which Jeff was keener on than you?
Yeah.
And she said, no.
Did she?
You love it, don't you?
I do. I do.
It's just completely you, isn't it? It's
It is.
completely you.
It is.
To sit here and think, the sea is that way, beautiful countryside is that way, the village and the pub and the football ground's 5 minutes there, and Kirstie's about to be quiet. It does happen now and again.
Shut up. I'm having 5 minutes of sun.
There's no time for relaxing, Kirstie. Sharon and Jeff are not seeing eye to eye on this house either.
On so many practical levels, it really works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why Phil picked it.
Yeah, it's a man's house, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true.
We're doing all right, Jeff.
Yeah, I need your help on this one.
I really want to help, but to DIY or not to DIY is the burning question this couple really need to tackle. I'm worried we've hit an impasse.
On the other side of Torbay, I'm working hard to help Sam and Jamie find the right place to invest the hard-earned inheritance Jamie's parents left them. The last house showed that they are ready to put difficult times behind them. I'm now hoping they'll at least consider the completely fresh start that a house with its own land and stables could offer.
Our next choice sits just 3 miles from the busy medieval town of Totnes in the hamlet of Little Hempston. With a guide price of $385,000, it's 15 grand under their £400,000 budget. It's a 2-bed semi-detached cottage with a sauna, plunge pool and access to communal tennis courts.
So, what we've got here, guys, is
Kitchen.
kitchen. First impressions?
Doesn't feel like
I'm
a
not
kitchen.
keen. No.
Cooker, check. Fridge, check. And, oh yes, it even has a kitchen sink. I think it is a kitchen, Jamie.
For us to look round this house, first thing we need to know is how much it is, because I think pretty much going by this room, we're going to want to change everything. So
£385,000.
With 2.5 acres, some stables, a tennis court and a communal plunge pool.
The plunge pool actually is yours. It's not even communal. So I think it's a good price, don't you?
Yes, no,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
I thought it would be a lot more.
As most of the work is cosmetic, it won't break the bank to make changes. And the price tag has certainly got their attention. If this house with this amount of land was detached, it would cost around £450,000. Way over their budget. You've got downstairs shower there, coming in from surfing.
Yeah.
And then this is your sitting room with your mezzanine.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
This room's really nice.
You're taking this a bit more seriously now, aren't you, Jamie?
Yeah.
It does have an unusual layout, but I think with a bit of imagination, it could be a great space for Sam and Jamie. Truthfully, Sam, does the whole thing fill you with a bit of dread?
No, it doesn't fill me with dread. I'm just not feeling it.
I really like it.
Oh, God. I'm going to give Jamie a little space to try and win Sam over to this cool pad. I can totally see why Sam doesn't like this house, and I can totally see why Jamie does like it. And if you want to know what a pig in the middle looks like, look no further.
Well, you're going to have to play big bad wolf if they don't agree on what they want.
Jamie, you look slightly browbeaten.
It just, I don't know. It's cool, but I think that's all it is, really. It's cool. It's not what we should be moving into.
Listen, we've got another property to see.
That lounge is really cool.
We can...
And the mezzanine is cool.
Oh, for God's sake, he's going to make me start to feel sorry for him soon. But Sam is more than cool about this house. She's frozen it out. There are couples at loggerheads all over Devon. Yay. I'm in search of the best Devon has to offer for a local couple struggling to use their inheritance wisely.
While here in Torquay, stormy waters are brewing as the realities of satisfying 3 generations have got my family all at sea.
Local couple Sam and Jamie loved the simplicity of the first house, but the unusual layout of the second caused a rift. So I'm still searching for the right plot for their pennies.
Football coach Jeff and partner Sharon have only viewed 3 properties together in search of their 3-generation home. But we're struggling as their tastes couldn't be more different. I've got one last stab at finding a house which they can both love for their £500,000 budget, and I think this former coach house could be it. It's in Meadford, one of Torquay's more desirable areas. Properties around here can sell for in excess of £1 million.
For £530,000, they get 4 bedrooms. Sharon's mum Joyce has her own front door, and there's even access to their own woodland.
If any room can impress them both, it's this beautifully finished lounge. Vaulted ceiling, beams.
Oh, look.
Fireplace. Pretty garden.
Yeah, look at... Oh.
And a very quiet Jeff.
Very quiet. I just don't get the feel of it. It's like having a Mercedes and a Mini to me. I've just seen a Mercedes.
You haven't seen the garden.
This is going to get difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you don't need me at this stage.
Yeah? OK. Thank you.
Eek. I don't want this to be awkward, but I have a funny feeling it's going to get very awkward.
You really like it, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Let's see all of it, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Reality has finally hit. Jeff is in love with the last house, and Sharon has fallen for this. It's 1-1, but that's not the score we're after. I need to help them find a solution. How does it work on a practical level? I know it looks
pretty...
Well, it
doesn't. But I don't mind. I absolutely don't mind.
Jeff?
No, I'm
like
disappointed. It's not really my cup of tea. It's all too cluttery, and the other house, I like the long garden, the peacefulness of it all.
This is peaceful. I can only hear the odd car occasionally.
OK, you're not going to convince me, Donald, 'cause I love the third house. I thought it was great. It's new and vibrant and...
OK. And Sharon, let's just think about it from a practical perspective. Oh, dear. This is very difficult. It's very difficult.
Hey, you need to stick by me on this one.
I am impartial here. I am impartial. I'm not party to this. This is extraordinarily difficult, and it's a situation I have never had to deal with in 15 years of house hunting. Because you get a couple where one loves it and one hates it. That is exactly what I was worried about the whole way through this search. That they are coming to this, having not chosen a house together, and actually with very different stylistic ambitions. I don't know how this is going to shake down, I really don't. I'm going to give them some space to talk it through.
After taking Sam and Jamie out of their comfort zone, I've brought them back to the village where Jamie was brought up. They have seen this house on the internet, but discounted it due to the lack of land. Now they're keeping a plot from the family farm, it's a contender, and seriously under their 400 grand budget. What's the hesitation?
There is no hesitation, I'm just being silly.
He thinks it's too central, which it's
It'd
not.
be quicker for me to go to the pub than to go to the fridge for a beer. I'm a bit worried.
And he thinks that's a problem?
And to top its central location, the house itself is a real gem. The cottage is being marketed as a 3-bedroomed house with 2 reception rooms and a private garden, all for £289,950.
Ooh. Oh. How does it strike you when you come in the door, Jamie?
It's nice, like full of character. It just seems a bit small.
It is. It's got quite a few rooms.
It's lovely. Look at the fire.
I do like the fire.
Look at the window.
Do you like the window?
Window seat. Okay, I've got a sewing machine.
I am staring into the eyes of a defeated man.
Give him a chance. You've only just got him into the place.
This is the current kitchen, and you would need to make it a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Now, because the house is listed, you would need to get relevant permissions, and we've looked into it. It would probably cost you in the region of about £40,000.
It's as big as the kitchen in the one that we looked at yesterday, really. It's just a different layout. It's really quiet, and once you're in the house, you don't hear or see anything. You're looking at the garden for most of it.
Jamie's seeing the house's potential, and even though it's Grade 2 listed, an extension should be possible. It'll require permission from the local planning authority.
When Jamie was first outside, he had that uncertain look. Then when he came in, he had an even more uncertain look.
I wasn't hesitant because I know sometimes Jamie is wrong. So if he didn't like it, then he would have been wrong, because I know how happy he would be here. We've got everything within a very short distance. And to have such a pretty little house in the middle of it all, it's perfect.
Sam is beaming, and after a tough few months, it's great to see.
Sam has already said to me she thinks it's absolutely perfect. Does it lift your heart?
It does. It's got enough character in it. The 3 fireplaces, and I like the attic room was really nice. Out here is really nice. I can see the dogs, going in and out. It does.
I'll enjoy decorating it so it lifts his heart even more.
Right.
You'll like it.
I think my mum would have liked it, because it's in her village as well. She sort of grew up here as well as me growing up here. I think she'd be pretty happy with me here.
To be honest, Jamie, if your mum likes it and Sam likes it, then I think,
Yeah.
it's a good house.
You can almost see the weight lifting off the shoulders of this young couple.
And mine. We could finally be getting there.
After a night's sleep, it's a no-score draw in Torquay as 3 houses are still in the running. Jeff and Sharon haven't discounted the second property I showed them.
The third low-maintenance property has stolen Jeff's heart, and Sharon has fallen for the fourth character-filled coach house.
So I've called a summit meeting with them and with Joyce. How did you two get on over the course of last night?
I don't think we're any further ahead. We went into it thinking we knew what each other wanted, and after seeing the properties, we're quite apart.
Yeah, it was a shock, actually. It was a shock. Poles apart.
I don't think you're the only people that I've worked with that are trying to do complicated things for the wider good of quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
And everyone gets excited about it, it's all going to be great. Actually, there are tough decisions that need to be made along the way. It's my role to take the emotion out of this and give them fresh perspective on their search. After debating all three properties, they agree they'd like to start by revisiting the second house I showed them. It's a very handsome property. Yeah. We were all very taken with it immediately.
I mean, I like the look of it very much.
It's not a compromise of a house, it's a compromise of it's a blend of everybody's needs.
You're right. And I'd be really happy living in there.
Absolutely cracking house.
The one thing that we both said, we want a home that all the family can enjoy and be together. And we've got big rooms to entertain. And that we can do that in that house.
Yeah.
Finally, we seem to be moving forward. So it's back for a second viewing at this impressive Victorian property. Sharon and Jeff need time to look seriously at what this house can offer their whole family, which gives me a chance to show Joyce her space. Now, the quote that we've had is to level this. So don't worry about the stairs, it's all on one level.
Right.
But this is your kitchen.
Oh, it's a lovely kitchen, isn't it?
We've had a quote for around £20,000 to convert this space and the adjoining bedroom into an annex for Joyce.
And if you were to live here and put a door or block it off completely, do you think you'd be nipping through for a cup of tea or not?
Well, if I'm asked.
You knock on the door, or they might knock on the door and come and see you.
I said I'd put a bolt on my side, and Jeff said, well, you put a bolt on his side.
Joyce seems happy, and I'm hoping Sharon has put Jeff's mind at rest about the renovations.
When it's done slowly and you explain that, I can see the big potential in the house.
It's beginning to piece together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, last night I was very worried. I got a couple that were completely at loggerheads with one another, very relieved that with Joyce's influence and Joyce's comfort with her space, it seems to be coming together. There's just one niggling issue left to discuss.
Do you think we should still go and look at the other two properties, or whether it would just muddy the waters?
I think it'll muddy the waters.
For you?
Unless we go for the one in Maidenhead.
Nice try.
It's fantastic to see them all on the same side and finally all happy with the same house.
For Sam and Jamie, there's only one house now in the running. They're smitten with the cottage in Gampton, so we're back to find out if the kitchen can be extended. As it's a listed building, there are constraints, and Torbay Planning Officer Rob Pearce has some advice.
I think there is an opportunity certainly to do something here, to open up this area here. Design would be the key to it. I mean, certainly in Torbay we've got a website facility, so you could actually go onto the website, look at similar listed building extensions and have a look at those drawings.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
for us at the moment, it'd be sort of look online at things that have already occurred, find the architect and then put them onto your guys.
Definitely, that's one way of doing it.
Thank you so much, Rob.
For Sam and Jamie, coming back to the cottage and seeing its potential has confirmed that it is the house they want to turn into their family home.
In Torquay, I've managed to get the whole family to finally agree on one house. Now it's up to me to bring it in on budget and leave them enough money for the renovation work to create Joyce's annex. It hasn't been on the market very long, as you know. It's on at $535,000. I'd love to get it for you for less than 500, and I think we should try. If I can't get this house for under 500,000, they'll incur a stamp duty rise of 1%, which equates to them paying approximately £5,000 more.
Going at 490 and the maximum is 5.
Sure, Jeff?
You sure? I just don't...
150%.
Oh, OK, then.
Joyce?
At
Yes,
490.
I'm all for it.
OK.
Hi, Kate. We've now had our lengthy debate. I have an offer for you of $490,000. We've been over that house with a fine-tooth comb, so that is the price. We are working to a very tight budget at this end.
To get this far with this couple and their complicated 3-generation search is a near miracle. I really need to clinch this deal.
Sam and Jamie are keen to put in an offer on the cottage they've fallen for in Gampton, so we head back to the family farm to find a quiet spot to start negotiations.
For Jeff and Sharon, the first offer of £490,000 is in on the former guest house they love. The agent's quick to return my call.
When you... Oh. Hi, Kate. Yeah. I can say categorically that 510 is not going to happen. I'm afraid. But let me have a conversation at this end. Bye-bye.
They want 500. They want to meet halfway.
Let's offer 500 and take it or leave it, because we're not wasting anyone's time.
I like your style, Jeff. Get that man a Bacardi and Coke quickly, and another glass of red while we're at it. Hi, Kate. A quick conversation at this end, because we have a best and final offer for you. And I do absolutely, genuinely mean best and final offer. They will pay 500. They won't pay a penny more. Terrific. I'll wait to hear. Thank you. Bye.
Shall I dance now?
No.
Okay.
Sam and Jamie aren't dancing yet either. They're agonising over what to offer. The house is being marketed at just under £290,000, which is way under their 400 grand budget. So they can afford it, but that's not the point. I still want to get them a good deal.
What do you want to pay for this house?
Would 275 be a reasonable starting point?
I think 275 is a good starting point.
I was thinking maybe 279, so that's 10,000 below what it's on at, but then 279 sounds a lot less than 280, so maybe 280. I don't know.
You want to offer more?
Sam wants to offer more because she doesn't want to be rude, and she wants to be nice.
We've been looking for a while and we want that house, so I'd rather go in with a really serious offer that we can pay, which we can pay that.
275 isn't that rude.
Okay.
It's 14 grand below the asking price.
Okay.
But you're going to get a prize, Sam, for just being the nicest buyer.
You should work
Biggest idiot.
You're working for the wrong team.
Okie doke.
This house is not being marketed through an agent, so I have to call the vendor direct. There can be advantages in this for both parties, as it cuts out the fee for selling, up to £6,000 for a house of this price. But it's not for everyone.
We've talked about it, and the upshot is that Sam and Jamie really want your house. We wondered what you would feel about an offer of 275,000.
If you do have to speak to the vendor directly, be clear about your pitch and your top price before you call. Stick to your guns, or it could end up costing you more.
OK, fantastic, bye. She said we were hoping for a little more, but we will speak to my husband about it. What's really good is that Jamie insisted on us offering 275, because it does mean that we can go back with more in order to incentivise them to move out.
Yeah, I see that now. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
It's a very fair offer for a house that's been on the market for almost 2 years. But there's nothing we can do but give the owners time to mull it over.
For Jeff and Sharon, there's no more waiting.
We're all a bit anxious at this end, Kate. Can you put us out of our misery? Get in. Thank you very much. Terrific.
Oh, Mummy.
Thank you so much. Brilliant news. Kisses and hugs all round at this end. OK, cheers.
Fantastic.
Well done, well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Lovely, lovely home. You're all of you, extended family in the works.
Fantastic.
A couple of days later, Sam and Jamie's offer of £275,000 was rejected. They gave me the go-ahead to offer 5 grand more, which secured the deal on the cottage, 10 grand under the asking price. But a few weeks later, they had doubts about the planning permission, which led to a change of heart.
We were going to try and extend and put a lovely kitchen on the side. However, there was no guarantee that we would ever be able to do that.
But all's not lost.
The house we're buying now is ugly from the outside.
This 4-bedroomed house in Broadsands cost them £323,000. It has some distinct advantages though.
I can get up in the morning, look out the window and, you know, I've got a surf check.
It's 1.5 miles away from the horses, so that's brilliant.
Finally, it will feel like we're moving forwards by being in a new house that we can think about the future in, really.
And just sort of relax.
So what of Sharon and Jeff and that fantastic guest house conversion? Well, they've also had a change of heart.
I think it was probably too big for us.
Too large? You don't hear that very often.
Instead, they're buying this impressive 5-bedroom coach house above Tor Bay for $500,000.
Presumably, this one's got the seal of approval from the whole family.
Well, they actually haven't seen it, but I'm sure they'll love it.
It's all worked out swimmingly for both of our Devon duos.